I'm not gonna lie, I traded terribly today. I think it's just one of those days where I'm physically not feeling well, and I also traded really bad as well. So I'm ending the day with a small red. So the story is I took my family to IKEA yesterday because where else can you get free parking, free AC, and very cheap food? So I ordered a hot dog and ice cream, and apparently it came with a side of stomach aches. So yeah, I'm still feeling it today. But without further ado, let's dive into talking about my trades. First trade I took on the day is a small profit on Robinhood. This should have been a lot bigger trade, but I just did not execute this well. First of all, I was trading on the 5 minute today because Robinhood yesterday was actually pretty choppy around the midday. So today we identified the level around 58, 59 is this area. Pre-market as a potential support. If you look at yesterday, that's exactly where it almost triple bottomed for 3 times. That's what triple bottom means. So I mean it bounced off the same area 3 times, and so that was the area I was looking at, 58, 59 area. It's a very volatile stock, so I wasn't gonna wait exactly to the cent. So I did get in starter at $60.40, and when it sold off to that 59 area, I was not quick enough. I was slow today. I just didn't trade well. So I didn't get in. So, it did bounce, which is nice. And it bounced all the way to, I believe it bounced all the way to $66. But for me, I did not catch it. So for me, I got in at $60.60. I got out way too early at 62.20s. Decent bounce, but first of all, I missed my fill. So I only had small size, and I sold too early. And I tried to get back in around 62.80s. This didn't work, so I cut my re-ads around the $62. So I did give back some, and after that I just didn't trade this thing. So small profits on this. Didn't trade well. The plan did work. You can see that 59 area. That it's basically a double bottom today, after bouncing off 3 times the day before. I find it very interesting that Robinhood is filing for more offering up to, I think, like 97 or 98 million shares just 1 week after the IPO. So depending on the pricing of the offering, that's going to determine whether the stock is going to go up further. That's a likely scenario, or tank down below back to $40. It really depends on the pricing. The next stock I traded is MRNA, Moderna, on the long side. And this is a ticker I lost money on. I saw it break out in the morning like it usually does the last couple of days. It broke out from 408 all the way to 440s, which is a very strong breakout. I was longing the pullback. I wasn't chasing the breakout near the highs of the day. So I longed the pullback around 430s. Decent average, and when it spiked a little bit to 435s, I did not get out. I did trim some, but I was keeping my core position. And after the spike to 433s, I did add more on the pullback, so to 431s. And that's where I had a decent average about 431s, and that's where it just had no follow through. So this thing after that spike, which in hindsight, it does look like a lower high, after that spike, it just pulled. So I got out of my shares position at 427.80s. So that's about like $2, a little bit more than $2 a share lost. So yeah, it's a red trade. Didn't work. I did long the pullback, and I was happy with my entries. But I think in hindsight, the better thing would have been to sell into the breakout instead of holding on for the highs of the day test, which I never went back to. But I still cut my loss according to plan at 428. And after that, you can see after I cut my long, this thing just tanked all the way down to 406s. So I had a small scalp around here, 408 to 411s. Decent little scalp, but overall this ticker is still red. The next stock I traded is AMD. This one I did not actually trade the actual underlying stock, but I traded the puts, which I actually bought yesterday. So yesterday around midday, around 11 or 12 o'clock is when I bought the AMD puts, the lottos, the 112 strike. and that's expiring this Friday. As you guys know, I don't trade a lot of options anymore. I used to day trade these like daily, but not anymore. But I would still do it when there's a decent risk reward. So it makes sense to pick up some lottos that's really cheap. I'm talking about like under 50 cents. If you look at the chart, it's been straight up for the last 7 days. It's just being like killing short on the way up when it goes parabolic. I'm not good at shorting these kind of moves, so I'm not on the short side on this, but yesterday is where it makes sense to pick up the puts. So if you look at the 112 strike puts I got yesterday, I got them around midday. I got them for around 60 cents average, and then it just steadily went up. I kept all of it, and today it's where I started selling them off. I still have some left, but I got out today at $1 and then later almost at $2. So that's a decent what's the percentage? 300% move. So that's really nice. But I still have some left. I'm waiting for tomorrow and see what it's going to do. Because after I got them super cheap, like 60 cents, 50 cents. So that's the reason I'm okay holding on to it. And they are actually in the money today. So this is the only time I'll trade options nowadays, is when I can pick up these puts or calls super cheap and there's an actual risk reward edge, and especially when the daily confirms that as well. So it's time for our Q&As. The first question is from Hugo. He's asking if it's better to trade on the 5-minute or 1 minute, and he's currently using 1 minute right now. So for me, I actually prefer to trade the most on the 2-minute time frame. But the reason I've been trading 5 minutes this week is because I just got back from vacation. I'm kind of easing back into the market. And especially today, if I'm not feeling well, I kind of use 5 minutes as a longer term time frame to see more, first of all, confirmation, and I don't want to see as much volatility. So the 5 minutes allows me to be more patient, even though today it still didn't work out. But that's the reason I use the 5 minute. I find that the 1 minute chart sometimes, especially on days like these today, I would get very like stopped out really fast, and I'm just not patient enough for the right entries. So it's all about a personal preference. You should do whatever works for you. But today, this week, I'm gonna be trading on the 5 minute. And hopefully next week, I'll switch back to the 1 or 2 minute chart. The next question is from Clash Fan. He is asking, what kind of trades are being made? Am I trading calls or puts, or am I buying the actual stock? So I would say 95% of the time I trade the actual underlying stock. So the actual equity. So like AMD, Moderna, or Robinhood, I'm buying the actual shares, buying and selling them. It's only like today, it's one of the few times I trade options in a month. So today, AMD, I traded the put, but I longed yesterday and sold them today. So that's the only time. I rarely trade options. I would say, once or twice a month, maybe at most. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.